I can pinpoint the exact moment he figured out what a sibling is. We were getting ready to change locations on a play date one afternoon over the summer. Ryan's new friends, who happened to be brothers, wanted to drive from the pizza place to tumbling class in my car. Ryan naturally wanted to go with them in their car. Their mom and I locked eyes and laughed, happy they were bonding with each other. "I'm sorry," I told Ryan's friends. "You guys can't come with us in our car. We only have one car seat. But I promise we'll follow right behind you." The jig was up. Ryan heard me and caught on to the fact that Logan and Gavin's car must have 2 car seats. He insisted on seeing what such a setup might look like. I picked him up and let him peer into their SUV as the brothers scrambled into their seats. "But they have 2 seats, Mommy," Ryan said slowly. "Yes, they do, because there are 2 of them and they each need a seat to ride safely in the car. But we only have 1 car seat. We need to get another seat, Mommy. If we get another seat, then we'll have 2 seats and I can have a friend with me all the time." His hazel eyes grew big and round and sparkly at the idea. "A sibling," I sighed. "What you're asking me for is called a sibling." Mike and I were always going to have 2 kids. We are both products of 2-kid families. I have a brother who is 2 years older than me. He has a sister who is 2 years younger than him. It was obvious what we were meant to do. Except that life doesn't always follow a script. And right around the time we started thinking about another baby, Mike found out that he would be losing his job in several months. At the time, we lived on the other side of the country, 2,000 miles away from all of our family. This was our chance to move home, we decided, and the next full year became dedicated to networking, job searching, and moving. It was a stressful year filled with sleepless nights, and pretty soon we were referring to the move itself as our second child, and any thoughts of a real second child were packed tightly away in the back of our storage unit. Until that day, several months after we were finally settled, when Ryan recognized that he was alone while Logan and Gavin had each other. By that point, with our only child pushing 4 years old, Mike and I agreed that another baby just wasn't for us. The newborn phase, while amazing in 100 different ways, felt too much like starting over again. Instead, we chose a route that we had quietly considered for years. We decided to adopt a child from the foster care system. We told our family and our closest friends, collecting reactions that were a surreal mix of excitement, support, confusion, and concern. At the end of each conversation, after all the tough questions had been answered, the person on the other side of our news wanted to know, "What does Ryan think?" Well, Ryan didn't know. In fact, Ryan was practically the last person we told. I was scared to screw it up. The whole "Mommy has a baby growing in her belly" thing suddenly seemed like a breeze compared to "We're going to try to adopt a child from the foster care system, but look, there are no guarantees. At some point, we're not sure when, a child approximately your age will come live here. Within a year, they may or may not legally be your sibling. Yay!" I put it off and waited for the right opportunity to make itself known. It came one evening when I arrived home to the sound of hammering. I followed the noise up the carpeted stairs and into the middle bedroom, the one sandwiched between our bedroom and Ryan's bedroom, the one where guests sleep. I pushed open the door to find Mike and Ryan hard at work hammering away, one with a real hammer and one with a toy. They were putting the finishing touches on a new white bookshelf. I'd ordered it weeks earlier in an attempt to start to get the room ready for a second child. As they finished and I applauded their efforts, Ryan stepped back and asked, "But who is this for? Whose room is this?" "Well, right now it's for anyone who wants to have a sleepover with us," I told him. "But maybe one day you'll have a sibling, a brother or a sister, and they'll live in this room. And this bookshelf will be their bookshelf. And I'll tell them how you helped Daddy build it for them." He ran then to find toys to add to the bookshelf, toys he didn't want anymore, toys he could give to his little brother or sister. 3 colorful Hot Wheels and a few stuffed animals later, our decorating was complete and we shut the door. But I still hadn't really told him. I'd simply planted the seed. I'd have to follow it up soon with some water. A few days later, while we were driving in the car, where we have our very best conversations, we began talking again about his future sibling. This time, I told him his brother or sister would come to us through adoption. "Do you know what the word adoption means?" I asked him. "No, Mommy. What's adoption mean?" "It's when a little boy or girl can't live with their family anymore. So another family says, 'Come live with us. Come be a part of our family.'" I braced for the confusion. I braced for questions about why I wasn't going to grow a baby in my belly like the other mommies. But I should have known the way children so easily accept the things that adults struggle to define. "Oh, yes," he said sweetly. "That's adoption. That's so nice." I glanced in the rearview mirror and watched as his hazel eyes grew big and round and sparkly as he asked the most important question of all. "Mommy, are we going to get another car seat?"